What's going on, everyone? This is Kevin here, coming at you with Samsung Galaxy A13 5G camera tips and tricks. Now, this device has a variety of different cameras and various features as well. So in this video, I want to show you everything that there is to know so that you can make the most of the cameras on the device. So let's get started. Now, the first thing that I want to show you is a quick and easy way to capture images using the volume key. So this is actually already enabled by default with the device, but essentially if you're in the camera app, whether it's in photo or video mode, and you tap on the volume up button, it will take a picture. So let's try that one more time here. So there we go, it took the picture, and essentially it's like having a built-in camera shutter button on the side of the phone, but it is within the volume button itself. Now, what's even better about this is that we can customize it. So go to the settings, which is this gear button in the top left corner, and then you're gonna go down to shooting methods right here, and you'll see right there, press volume buttons 2. So go there, and you'll see by default, it is set to take a picture or record video. But you can also change this so the volume buttons control the zooming. And then the last option here, control system volume, is pretty self-explanatory, but if you are in the camera app and you just want the volume buttons to act as regular volume buttons, then you can do that, and then you can't take a picture or video with the volume button or zoom in or out. So at least you do have a lot of different options here, but let's try out zoom in or out. So now that that's selected, we're gonna go back. And now, when I go to volume up, it zooms in. And then when I go to volume down, it zooms out, which is pretty awesome. Now, when taking a photo or video with the Samsung Galaxy A13 5G, it does make a sound. So you can see there, it does make a shutter sound. Now you can disable this if you want to, which I definitely prefer. Now you can go to the settings once again, go down, and you'll see right here, shutter sound. So you can disable that, and then now, when you tap on the shutter button, it's silent. Now with the Galaxy A13 5G, we do have a macro camera on this device. And essentially with the macro camera, you can get very close up to an object and have it be in really good detail. So in this example, we're going to take a macro photo of this Lego. I'm gonna put the Lego right there. Then to access the macro camera, you're gonna go to the More tab, and you'll see right there macro. And then now, you just have to get very close up to the object, take your picture, and you'll see here that it's in very crisp and clear detail. Now compare this to taking a photo with the standard camera instead, and obviously you can't get very close up to it, but even if you are zoomed out and you take a picture and then you crop in, you can see the detail here is not nearly as good as when I took a picture using the macro camera. So it's kind of a niche feature in the sense that there aren't that many situations where this would come in handy. But if you are in a situation where you do want to take a photo of something that's very small, close up, then at least you have the macro camera here to get the job done. Now the next feature I want to show you is called grid lines. Now, if you ever took an art class in the past, as I have for sure, one of the first things they teach you is the rule of thirds. So essentially with the rule of thirds, it helps you line up your photos so that they look as good as they can possibly be. So to do this, you're gonna go to the gear again for the settings, and then enable grid lines. And then now you'll see that there are grid lines here that split it up into 9 different rectangles. So if you wanna use the rule of thirds to your benefit, you can do that here. So it's definitely a helpful thing. And if you wanna flip the camera over to landscape, you can also use the grid lines as well. Now by default, with the Samsung Galaxy A13 5G, if you double press on the power button, it's actually gonna immediately pull up the camera app. So let's give that a try. And you can see, there we go. It pulls up the camera right away. And it doesn't matter where you are within the operating system. If you double press on that power button, it does indeed pull up the camera, which is really convenient. And this is, again, enabled by default, so you can try it out right now, and it will work. Now, another awesome thing is that if you want to change that to pull up a different camera app, or any app for that matter, but related to this video, any other camera app, you can do that. So maybe you want to pull up Snapchat very quickly using this button. So to do that, I'll show you how to customize it. Go to the gear in the upper right corner here on the main pull down screen. You're then going to go to advanced features, and then you'll see right there side key, and then you can see enabled by default is the quick launch camera. But you can also go over here to open any app of your choosing, and you'll see all your various apps that are installed. And then for this example, I'm going to pick Snapchat. So now that that's all set up, if you double press on the power button, it will pull up Snapchat right away. So I can definitely see where this would come in handy, because oftentimes you might see something going on that you quickly want to capture, and maybe you don't have the time to navigate around your phone and access the app directly. Then you can just double press on the power button to pull it up that way. Now with this device, the camera shutter button, of course, is located right there. But if you want, you can also add an additional camera shutter button that you can move anywhere around the camera app. So to do this, you're going to go to the camera settings, then you're going to go down to shooting methods, and then you'll see right there, floating shutter button. So essentially with floating shutter button, it adds an extra shutter button that you can move around anywhere on the screen. So once that's enabled, we'll go back here, and you'll see that we do indeed have a floating camera shutter button. So by tapping on that button, it does the same thing as the regular shutter button, and you can move it around anywhere throughout the camera app. So that's definitely a convenient customization. Now the next feature that I want to show you is called Palm Selfie. Now this is enabled by default, but I'll show you how to enable it just in case it's not already enabled. Now to start this, you're going to have to flip around, of course, to the front-facing camera, then go to your camera settings, and then you're going to go to shooting methods, and you'll see right there, show palm. So essentially, show your palm to the camera to take a selfie or start recording with the front camera. So we're going to go back, and then now all you have to do is put your palm right in front of the device. There we go. And now it just took the selfie. So kind of a cool thing there. I didn't even have a chance to smile, but you can take a selfie with the palm of your hand with your Samsung Galaxy A13 5G. Now, one awesome thing about the Galaxy A13 5G is that it does have portrait mode for both the front and rear cameras. But what's even better about that is that you do have the ability to further customize it. So when you go to portrait mode, which is right here, you'll see this slider, and essentially the default is at 5 for the blur intensity. But if you want more blur, you can slide it over, and if you want less blur, you can slide it the other direction. So I definitely recommend trying this out, seeing which level of blur you prefer, and maybe there's a certain situation where you want the background to be blurrier than usual, or the other way around. So that's definitely something to consider when you're taking portrait photos with this device. And you can do the same thing for the front camera as well, which is pretty cool. Now with this device, the default for taking photos is 3x4. But if you want to, you can actually customize this, and you can pick a variety of different settings. So the first one here is 9x16. Essentially, this is ideal if you want to take a photo for a thumbnail for a video, for example. You can also then go over to 1x1. So this will take a square photo, which really is ideal for Instagram, for example. You can also take a full photo, which gives you the entire length of the display on this device, which I believe will then take photos at a 20:9 aspect ratio. And you can see also that on the far left here, we have another option as well. So you can take 50 megapixel 3x4 photos. Now that's not the default, but since this device does have a 50 megapixel camera, you do have that ability. So that's another thing that I think a lot of people overlook when they get their device. They assume that if the device has a 50 megapixel main camera, that every photo is taken at 50 megapixels, but that's actually not the case, at least with this device, because they figure most people don't want to take photos that will have such a large file size as one would at 50 megapixels. So they have the regular mode here, but keep in mind that you can switch over to get the full 50 megapixels if you want to. Now throughout this video, I've shown you a variety of different things that you can do with the camera app, but oftentimes if you change different settings and then you leave the camera app and you go back, it's going to switch it back into the defaults. So this final thing I'm going to show you, I think definitely could come in handy in certain situations. So go to the settings again, and then go down to settings to keep. And you'll see right here that there are two different settings that you are able to keep with this device. And the first one is the camera mode. So if you switch that on, start camera in the last used mode, such as video, instead of always starting in photo mode. So that's definitely pretty nice. Maybe you're spending the whole day taking videos, for example, and you're tired of the phone continuing to go back to the photo mode every time you pull up the camera. You can enable that. And then there's also the ability to keep settings related to filters. So if you check that on, it will keep the filters you've applied to each mode instead of removing them when you close the camera. So that definitely could be helpful here. I certainly recommend trying it out to see if it comes in handy. I know there's also people who prefer that every time they pull up their camera, it takes you back to the default mode, but at least you do have the ability to change that if you want to. But this concludes my video on camera tips and tricks for the Samsung Galaxy A13 5G. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it to be helpful, and hopefully after watching, you'll be able to make the most of the various cameras on this device. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. But this is Kevin here, and I will see you in the next one. Take care and have a great rest of your day.